A very good morning, students. Welcome back to online session on data structures and algorithm course. In our last session, we have seen all the operations on your doubly linked list. So the implementation we have seen, how we can do the traversal we have seen, the insertion operations we have seen, the search operations we have seen, and also we have seen how we can delete a node from an doubly linked list. See, all these operations we have covered, and with that we have concluded the concept of doubly linked list. So in today's session we'll be discussing a concept called circular linked lists. So prior to the discussion, we need to understand the what exactly a circular linked list is. I mean, prior to the discussion, in the sense before proceeding into the coding part, we have to know, we have to understand the concept of circular linked list. Already, we are quite familiar with what is singly linked list and what is doubly linked list. So, if you remember the concept, in order to explain that one, I will quickly take the help of my whiteboard application. So in singly linked list, we'll be having uh, different nodes, isn't it? Where each node, what we are doing, we are connecting to the other node. Likewise, we are having different nodes where each node in SLL, in singly linked list, if this is the concept of singly linked list, so singly linked list, how we represent SLL. So I should not write here. So I will write here because over there my head will come, isn't it? So uh, what we are having? We are having a pointer to the next node, isn't it? A pointer to the next node. Likewise, we are having, and my head pointer, which is the reference to my complete singly linked list, is going to point the first node. Like this, I'm having my singly linked list, and the next pointer of the last node, I'm making it as null to indicate the what we call end of the circular linked list. To indicate the end of the circular linked list, I'm making the last pointers, I mean last nodes next pointer as null. Okay, so this is the end of my singly linked list. So over here in the concept of, yeah, the doubly linked list, if you see, so the same thing we are having with the three different parts. Each node is going to have three different parts, and where every node is going to point both the nodes, the previous node as well as the what we call next node, isn't it? The previous node as well as the next node in my consideration. So like this, we are having the nodes in my doubly linked list, and the next pointer is going to point the next node, and the previous pointer is going to point the previous node. So likewise here also, the next pointer is going to point the next node, and the previous pointer is going to point the previous node. Here also same thing. The next pointer will point the next node, the previous pointer will point the previous node. So over here also we are having a head pointer, which is the reference to my DLL, and the head pointer always, as usual, it is going to point the first node in my doubly linked list, and the next pointer of the last node I'm making it as null, and the previous pointer of the first node will also become null, isn't it? So this is my DLL. DLL in the sense doubly linked list, SLL in the sense singly linked list. So in singly linked lists we are having only one link, and in doubly linked lists we are having two links, one for the next pointer and another for the previous pointer. Okay, another for the previous node, one for the next node and another for the previous node. We are maintaining two pointers in every node. So here we are maintaining only one pointer, one for to point the next node inside the linked list. So this is the concept of doubly linked list, and this is the concept of singly linked list. So if we take the example of, I mean, because these circular linked lists, again we are going to have two. Okay, again we are going to connect the nodes. I mean, instead of making the last pointers and the first pointers as null, what we do means we'll connect them in a circular fashion. Okay, the last node's next pointer will point the first node, the last node's next pointer will point the first node, so that so as to form the chain over here, so as to form the chain. Here also same thing. The last node's next pointer will point the first node like this. It will point the first node, and the first node's next pointer, I mean previous pointer, the first node's previous pointer will also point the last node like this. Like this, it is going to point the last node. So in this way, we are going to have the concept of circular linked lists. What is this? Circular linked lists. The concepts of circular linked list. Okay. So in short, instead of making the last pointers, I mean last node's next pointer as null, what we are doing? We are making it to point the first node. So simply nothing. Whenever you are adding the last node, instead of making last node, I mean, what we say when we are adding the last node, new underscore node equals to node of next equals to like null we are saying, isn't it? This particular statement we are writing. But instead of doing like this, what we do in circular linked list is in the sense new underscore node of next, new underscore node of next equals to what do we say? Head, because head is pointing the first node, isn't it? So new node of next equals to head. This is the only addition we are going to have in the concept of circular linked list. This is the only addition, nothing else. Rest of the things, they are same like your singly linked list concept. Rest of the things, they are same like your normal linked list concepts in circular linked list. Hopefully you understood. So simply remember, in singly linked list, if you remember, the last node's next pointer we made it as null, and in doubly linked list, the same thing we have done. The last node's next pointer as null we made, and the first node's previous pointer as null we made. But in circular linked list concept, what we are doing? We are simply making the last node's next pointer to point the first node, and in doubly linked list, last node's next pointer to point the first node, and first node's previous pointer to point the last node. So that is the only difference we have. That is the only difference we see in your doubly linked, I mean circular linked list. So again, circular linked list, as we are forming with single links as well as double links, isn't it? Circular linked lists, how we are forming? In singly linked list concept we are forming, and in doubly linked list concept we are forming. So we are going to have CSLL. This is circular singly linked list. And also we are going to have CDLL. That is circular doubly linked list. Circular singly linked list as well as circular doubly linked list. In today's session, we start the concept of circular singly linked list. Quickly go, I mean, after understanding this concept, quickly go to the slide and see where we are exactly. See, the concept of circular linked list. Circular linked list is a linked list where all nodes are connected to each other. So instead of making the last node's next pointer as null, what we are doing? We are making it to point the first node to form a chain, I mean, to form a what we call circular shape, isn't it? To form a circular shape. So if you see, I will delete this one and I will explain. Yeah, instead simply do like this. Okay. So again, I'm drawing that one. So this is some formation we are having. So here my head, and this is going to point my next node, this is going to point my next node, and last node, what we are doing? We are simply making it to point the first node, isn't it? We are simply making it to point the first node like this. We are doing like this. In previous case, in singly linked list, we simply made it as null over here, isn't it? We simply made it as null to indicate the end. But over here, when you are doing like this, it is forming like a cycle. So this is something, when you are making the last node's next pointer to point the first node, it is forming like a cycle. I will show you. Circular shape it is forming. So like this, my first node I'm drawing, then I have my second node like this I'm drawing, okay, then I have my third node like this I'm drawing. So just I'm abbreviating whatever I have given over here. I'm giving the clarity on this one. So if this is my head. If this is my head, then what my head, I mean, if this is my head, then this will become my first node, isn't it? So if this is my first node next pointer should point the next node. Okay. Then second node's next pointer should point the third node likewise, and third node's next pointer should point, I mean, as it is the last node, so we are not making this as null, isn't it? We are not making this as null as we do in your singly linked list. So instead what we are doing, instead of making this as null, we are making it to point over here. We are making it to point the next node in the, see, this is this kind of formation, it is giving us like a cycle, isn't it? It is giving us like a circle. So this kind of connectivity, it is giving like a circle. So where my last node, so this is if it is my 1, if it is my 2, and if it is my 3, here also same thing. If it is my 1, if it is my 2, if it is my 3. So the last node's next pointer, I made it to point the first node. Here also same thing. The last node's, the third node's next pointer, I made it to point the first node. So it is forming like a circle over here. That is the reason why we are calling this as CSLL. So C stands for circular, S stands for singly, L stands for linked, another L stands for list. So completely circular singly linked list. So likewise you can remember. So that is what over here. Circular linked list is a linked list where all nodes are connected to each other so that the circle can be formed. So here you can see the circle can be formed, and that is instead of making the last node's next pointer as null. Here last nodes, what we are doing, instead of making the last node's next pointer as null, it will point to the first nodes, it will point the first nodes. That is the only change we are going to have in the concept of circular singly linked list. A circular singly linked list can be a circular linked list, it can be circular singly linked list as well as circular doubly linked list. Okay, so in today's session, first we see, I mean, the advantages. Any node can be the starting point. So unlike the previous case, here we can make any node as the starting point because all my nodes are connected in a circular fashion. So it doesn't mean that whether you are making a particular node as the first node. You can make any node as the first node, and you can do the traversal. I mean, simply by starting from there, you can do the traversal to the complete list, isn't it? So from any point. Okay. We have to remember, we have to stop in the traversal process, we have to stop from where we started. So let us say if this is my head node, so if I am starting my traversal from here, I have to visit this node, then I have to visit this node, then I have to visit this node, and once again, if I as you can see, once again I will come back to here only. So from here only I have started, so if I reach the same point, I have to stop the traversal. That is the only thing I have to remember. So if I'm starting from here, first I visit this one, then I visit this one, then I visit this one, then I come back to the same location. So what I will do, I will simply stop here. Okay, so like that you can remember the concept. So in order to implement the queues, this circular linked list concept, it is helpful. Okay, so circular lists are useful in applications to repeatedly go around the list. So if you have something to do repeatedly, okay, if you have 1 2 3 job, let us say, so first you are doing first job, then you are doing second job, then you are doing the third job, and after doing the third job, again you are coming back to the first job. Let us say your application or your strategy is something like that, then there is no other way of doing this thing instead of going to this circular linked list concept. This is the only way. Okay, so if you are doing something repeatedly again and again, then you have to go for this circular linked list implementation. And uh, so there is a concept called there is a concept called Fibonacci heap. Okay, Fibonacci heap. In order to implement this Fibonacci heap, we will use the circular doubly linked list concept. So this is as an application, you remember, because the implementation we are not going to see. This Fibonacci heap implementation we are not going to see. So that is the reason why you have to remember all these things as applications only. So yeah, we can do the traversal by starting from any node in your circular linked list. That is the first advantage. Then these circular linked lists, they are helpful in implementing the queue concept. That is the second application. And circular linked list, they are also helpful in applications where you do certain jobs repeatedly. So there also these circular linked lists are helpful. And circular doubly linked lists, they are helpful in implementing the Fibonacci heap. It is an advanced data structure, and if you want to implement this Fibonacci heap concept, there is no other way than going to this circular doubly linked list concept. Okay, hopefully you understood. So then circular singly linked list. Just now I have shown you the strategy, what strategy we follow in circular linked list. In a singly linked list, for accessing any of the node in your linked list, always traversal will be performed from the first node. If we are at any node in the middle of the list, then it is not possible to access the nodes that precede the given node, isn't it? So we cannot go in the reverse direction, as well as it is not possible to do the traversal from any of the node inside your singly linked list. So to avoid or to overcome this one, we are going for circular singly linked list, where you can start the traversal of linked list at any point. Okay. In a singly linked list, the next pointer of the last node, we are making it as null. So instead of doing that, what we are doing, we are simply making the last node's next pointer to point the first node. That is the only change we are seeing in circular singly linked list concept. So this point, if you read, you will understand that one. So in a singly linked list, the next pointer of the last node will be made as null to indicate the end of the list, isn't it? This is what we are doing in your singly linked list, not circular but normal singly linked list. If we make this next pointer as to point the first node, this will form a circular singly linked list. That is the only change we are going to see inside your circular singly linked list. The structure thus formed is a circular singly linked list. It will look like this one. So over here, what we have done, in your regular case, if it is a regular singly linked list, then what we do, we generally have the last node. So this is my last node. I am starting from here. This is first node, second node, third node, fourth node, and fifth node, and this is my last node. And in your singly linked list, this pointer will be made as null to indicate the end of the list. But over here, what we are doing, instead of making this as null, we are making it to point back to the first node. As you can see over here, this link will give you that guidance. We are making it to point back to the first node. Okay, and our head pointer will remain as it is. It will point the first node itself. And it is not compulsory that you have to make this node only as the first node, because we are having all links over here. Between all nodes, we are having links over here. You can make any of the node as the head node. You can make this node, you can make this node, you can make this node. It is up to your interest what node you want to make it as an head. But in singly linked list, that kind of flexibility is not there. Must and should, you have to make the first node only as the head node. Okay. So first we see the implementation by using three simple nodes, and then after we see the what we call uh, the traversal technique. Okay, first we see the implementation with the normal three nodes, and then we see the traversal. So how we can do the implementation? I will take the help of my IDE. So this is my IDE. So what I have to do, take the new program. Okay, then yeah, up to traversal, hopefully we will discuss in today's class, and rest of the things we will see in our upcoming classes. Okay, so I have to start writing this program. So what should I do? I have to create my node, and it is same like your singly linked list. The node will be same because we are implementing circular singly linked list. So the node will be same like your singly linked list. So first of all, I will include my header file. Sorry, I have to use small letters here. Okay, so these are my small letters. So first I'm starting with in again. Yeah, there is some problem with my keyboard. Yeah, now it is okay. So hash include iostream, then using namespace std, then uh, I have to create my node class. So that is class node, and into what I have to do, I have to put public area, and in the public area I have to declare the data, and I have to declare the pointer next of type node. Okay, node star next. So this is my class declaration. So now after this, what I have to do, inside my main, int main void, I will create three nodes. Okay, I will create three nodes and I will form a circular linked list, even though we will not get any output for that one. So till the point we implement the traversal function, we will not get any output to it. Okay, so how we do, I mean, I'm creating my first node. So node of, okay, node star first underscore node equals to new node of. Okay, this is my first node. So then how I can create the second node? So node star second node, or yeah, before going to this what we call uh, before making anything over here, it's better to have yeah, or else we'll create all three nodes first. Okay, so then my second underscore node, or you can even make the second node like this, second node first node. This is giving more clarity, right? So first node second node uh, equals to new node of, then my third node, node star uh, third node equals to new node of. So like this, now I have created three nodes. So what I have to do, I have to create another node. So initially I have to make the head pointer as null, right? So node star, initially my head will be null. So now after this, what I have to do, make the head pointer to point the first node. So head equals to store the first node's address, first node, then make the first node's next as second node. I mean, first you store the data, some data into the first node. Okay, so that first node of data equals to, let us say, some 10 I am storing, then first node of next equals to second node. Okay, then second node of data equals to, let us say, 20, then second node of next. Okay, D is missing over here, second node of next equals to third node. Okay, so now the third node of data equals to, let us say, 30, then third, in your regular singly linked list, if it is a normal singly linked list, what we do, we generally make third node of next, because third node is my last node, I will make it as null over here. But right now, as it is a circular singly linked list, what I have to do, instead of making it as null, what I have to do, I have to make it as either head or first node. So I will make it as head, because your head is your first node. Here you can see your head is your first node, so you can do like this. Okay, so this program, even though you will not get any output, so I will save it as CSLL, circular singly linked list dot cpp. You will not get any output because we are not printing anything. So compilation, hopefully it will be successful and will not get any output. You can see no output. So when you do the traversal, you will visit all the nodes in your circular singly linked list, and there you can print the values. Okay, we'll go and we'll see how to do the traversal. So after this, we have the traversal on circular singly linked list. Traversal is nothing but, we discussed this definition, we discussed many times, because when we do the traversal on singly linked list, when we do the traversal on stacks, queues, and when we do the traversal, when we did the traversal on doubly linked list, at every point of time we discuss the definition of this traversal. Traversal is nothing but traveling through your singly linked list and visiting all the nodes and printing their values. That is nothing but traversal. So generally, in order to do the traversal, in order to implement the traversal, we'll make use of the will take the help of your print list function. We'll implement the print list function. So generally, print list function will print the values of all the nodes present inside your data structure. So if it is a circular singly linked list, here also you have to traverse all the nodes from first node to the first node once again, isn't it? So we have to traverse in a circular fashion and we have to stop over there itself. Okay. Traversal on a circular singly linked list. Traversal is nothing but it is a way of accessing all the elements from circular singly linked list. So in circular singly linked list, traversal, all data elements of the linked list are accessed and the same can be printed. Okay, and the same can be printed on your output screen. Let us traverse the created list. I mean, whatever list we have just now created, that list we do the traversal. And for traversal, the general purpose function, what function we are making use of? We are making use of, here you can see, print list function. Just now I have given the clarity on this one. Print list function is defined where a temporary pointer visits all the nodes in the list and prints their values. We'll take a temporary pointer and we'll make it as head, and we traverse all the nodes again. I mean, we'll visit all the nodes until and unless we reach the head node back. Okay. So the function print list uses the head reference to access the circular linked list elements. So that we will see now, and we'll do the printing. So quickly I will go there to your what we call to your IDE, so that we can do the implementation of your print list function. Okay. So as you can see, all these concepts, they are very easy, dead easy I can say. If you have a minimum focus on this one, if you have a minimum practice on this one, all these concepts are dead easy. Okay. So how we are doing the implementation of my print list, as it is not going to return anything, my return type is void. Okay, void print list of what we have to pass to this one, node star. I'm making it as head. Instead of head, we can call it as temp also. Okay, we are taking the help of a temporary pointer. So over here inside this print list, so what I have to do, first of all I have to check whether my circular linked list is empty or not. So how we can, I mean, what condition will constitute the emptiness of your circular singly linked list? So if your head pointer is null, see here, if your this first pointer whatever we have, if your head is null, okay, if your head itself is null, then what it constitutes? It constitutes that your entire linked list is not having any nodes. Because of that reason, your head is null. Okay, if your circular singly linked list is having a single node, let us say if it is having a single node, this condition, it is very important. If it is having only one node, then what we have to do? My head will point that first node, and yeah, here I'm storing the data. And what should I have to do? Yeah, do I have to make this first node's next pointer as null? No, there is no null in your circular linked list concept. There is no null. So what I have to do? I have to make this node to point the same node. I have to make this next pointer to point the same node. So in this way, we are framing the circular singly linked list with only one node. Okay, this thing you have to remember. So how we are doing this? How we are doing this in the sense, let me just open my IDE. So yeah, first of all, you check whether your head is null or what. Okay, if head equals to null, then what we have to do? Print suitable message. Okay, system.out.println. Sorry, not system.out.println. C out of what we have to print. CSLL, circular singly linked list is empty. So like this. Okay, and then you can break, I mean, you can return from this point itself. You can return from this point itself. So the next thing, if my what we call circular singly linked list is not empty, then what I have to visit all my nodes and I have to print. So I have to take the help of what we call, yeah, if at all my temp is null, you can say over here, because everything we are doing with the help of temp now. Okay, already we got the head pointer's address, head node's address into this temp. So if this temp is null, then CSLL is empty. Otherwise, while what we have to do, while uh, yeah, we can do, because we are doing in the reverse way, right? So we can do in this way: do C out of, first you print the data, C out of temp of data. Okay, temp of data, then take some space in between. Okay, then what you have to do, temp equals to temp of next, temp equals to temp of next. Okay, till what extent we have to do this procedure, till what extent we have to continue this procedure means, while your temp, it should not be equals to head, it should not be equals to head, sorry, it should not be equals to head, because after traversing all the nodes, after visiting all the nodes, again at the end the temporary pointer will reach the head only, and at that point we have to stop the traversal. So see over here, first what will happen, my we are making the temporary pointer as head, we are making the temporary pointer as head. So then after visiting, after, so we here we are having 10, here we are having 20, and here we are having 30 likewise. So after printing 10, my temp will come over here, my temp will come over here, because we are saying temp equals to temp of next. Then after printing 20, my temp will come over here, temp equals to temp of next, we are saying. So now my temp is pointing to this third node. So after printing 30, again what will happen, my temp will come over here. Okay, my temp will come at this location. So when it comes to here, we are saying, we are, till what extent we are running this loop, while temp, it should not be equals to head. So once it becomes once it becomes head, then what will happen, this condition will fail. If temp becomes head, this condition will fail, ultimately the loop will exit, the loop will exit. So the same case we have implemented over here, and I hope this thing will work. Okay, so simple print list function, you have to remember only this much of code, passing the head node to print list function, and that head node will be copied inside temporary pointer, that head address will be copied into temporary pointer, and using the temporary pointer we are visiting all the nodes in your circular singly linked list, and after printing all the nodes, when temporary pointer again reaching the head pointer, there only we are stopping the traversal procedure. So save this and go to your main function. Here in my main function, what I have to do, after creating my complete singly linked list, I have to, circular singly linked list, I have to print a list of what pointer I have to pass. I have to pass the head pointer. So now hopefully I will get some output on my because inside this print list, as you can see, we are printing the values. So where is my print list? Here I have my print list, and here I am printing something. I'm using cout, so I will get some output on my uh, output screen. So compile it. Here it is saying something. What it is saying? Expected the semicolon. Yeah, here I forgot to put the semicolon. So that is the reason it gave me that error. So now I saved my program, then compile. Compilation is successful, but again it is giving some error. Head was not declared in this scope. So this, as I told you, making the head as null, you have to do as the very first statement. So here only you have to, after creating your class, at that point only you have to make the head as null. Okay, you have to do that head declaration globally, simply what I mean to say is. So next, compile, compilation successful, then execute. So as you can see, in my circular singly linked list, what values I have? 10, 20, 30. Just now we stored 10, 20, 30. So these are the things we have inside your circular singly linked list. So this is how we perform the traversal. Okay, this is how we perform the traversal, and after this traversal, we also have to see the search operation. So yeah, we'll do up to search. Okay, we'll do up to search because we still have time. So We'll do up to search. Search is very easy. So hopefully you understood this one. The same code, whatever I have written over in my program, the same code I have here. Yeah, with minute changes you have to do instead of this head. Yeah, you can even go with head also, no issues. But it is more meaningful if you use, instead of this head, if you use here as temp. I mean, if you do like this, you can avoid this particular thing. You can avoid this particular thing. Okay, so this particular thing, no need of keeping into your code if you make this head as temp. So that is the only change we can see, that is the only change we can see in my program. And to do the traversal, as usual, if it is a singly linked list, doubly linked list, circular singly linked list, circular doubly linked list, whatever it is, whenever you are doing the traversal, at the time of calling of that function, we are completely unaware that how many nodes are there in my data structure. So that is the reason why my time complexity will become order of n. Simply remember that. My time complexity will become order of n. So that I have written over here. The time complexity of the above traversal function is order of n, as it requires visiting all the nodes, and that all the nodes we don't know the exact number. We don't know the exact number, and whenever we don't know, whenever we have something unknown in my code, okay, whenever I have unknown number of repetitions in my code, simply I will make the time complexity as order of n. Many times I told you to remember this blind logic. Okay, so next thing is searching. Searching is nothing but looking for a particular key. Okay, looking for a particular value inside the circular singly linked list. Okay, searching for an element is nothing but searching for a value into the circular singly linked list. The function search, who will do this job for us? In the sense, we have to write a function, we have to write the code for a function with name search. So if you write this search function will do that job for us. Okay, this search function, and whatever value you are looking for inside the circular singly linked list, we call that value as key. We call that value as key. Okay, you have to this terminology you have to remember. Okay, so the function, the search function, it returns true if the key is there inside your singly linked list. If the key is present inside your circular singly linked list, then the search function will return true, and if the key is not present, then it will return false. Otherwise it will return false. The search function will use the head node. Once again, we have to pass the head node along with the key. So generally, as we are declaring the head node globally, we will not pass the head node. Remember this one. So if you don't declare the head node globally, in that case you have to pass the head node. But right now we are declaring the head node globally, so no need to pass that head node to the function as an argument. Remember this thing also. And these type of simple tactics, these type of simple logics, they will make you very much efficient in the coding process. See, definitely I too agree. The coding, if you don't do the practice, you won't get anything. Believe me, it will completely becomes like a Chinese class or a Japanese class if you don't do the practice. Because I too struggled a lot in order to understand all these things. Okay, practice only makes you perfect. You remember this one. Practice only makes you perfect. And without practice, the complete because whatever course, whatever stream you have opted coding only. And if you uh, ran away from this coding, believe me, you will not succeed. And in order to get success in this particular stream of study, whatever you have opted, whatever you have selected, definitely you have to do a lot of coding. You have to do a lot of coding, otherwise things will go crazy for you. Because you might have heard, you might have seen, um, whatever subjects we are having in our semesters, and whatever what we call the complete IT sector, it is based on coding only. So that you can't ignore, and that you can't deny. Okay, simply start. I mean, many students, they are approaching me and I'm seeing they are very poor in coding. The complete lockdown period they have wasted. They have not done even a single line of coding in the complete lockdown period. I told you many times, even when I gave the lectures on C, I told you many times simply not to waste the time, not to waste the summer holidays, do the practice on coding, get hands-on experience on coding. Many times I gave this kind of guidance to you people, but very few, I guess, very few have followed my guidance, and many they are still struggling in coding part. So I suggest you, whatever doubts you have, get clarified with those doubts. Don't be with those doubts. Get clarified with those doubts. Come to me, approach me. We have systems over here. We have softwares installed. You can practice and you can get rid of your difficulties. Hopefully you will do the same. So the search function, what it will take, I mean, in our consideration, as we have declared the head at global level, it will take only the key part. It will not take any what we call head node. Okay, we are not going to pass any head node to the search function. Okay, so for example, if the key to be searched is 5 and we are doing the search inside this circular singly linked list, singly linked list with 10, 15, 20 and 25, then what will happen? My search will be failed, isn't it? My search will return, my search function will return false. And then if the key to be searched is 15 in this singly linked list, in this circular singly linked list, if the key to be searched is 15, then what will happen? If the key to be searched is 5, then it will return false. If the key to be searched is 15, then it should return true. Okay, so simple logic, simple tactic that we will implement now. We'll go and we'll write that search function. Okay, we'll go and we'll write that search function over here. Yeah, here I have written the print function, and after the print function I'm writing my search function. So as it is going to return either true or false, my return type should be Boolean type, because it is returning either true or false. And what is my function name? Search function. And what I am passing to it? The key I am passing to it. Okay, the key I am passing to it. So should not close this one. So here I will write the coding for that one. Again, before doing any search, what I have to do? I have to check whether my circular singly linked list is empty or what. So if the circular singly linked list is empty and you are searching for something, it is meaningless, isn't it? So I have to return there itself. So if at all my head, here you have to use head. If at all my head equals to null, yeah, here, here also you can, because we need to have what we call similarity. Okay, we need to have a similarity between this code. That is the reason why I'm making this also head, because now head we have declared globally. Head we have declared globally, so it won't give any error. So inside it, if head equals to null, simply cout your, yes, the same code I will copy here. Okay, this same thing I will copy here. I guess this return keyword will give you the error, so we will see. Okay, we will see, this return will give you error. We will see how to avoid that error, we will see. So the next thing, yeah, if my CSLL, that is circular singly linked list, is not empty, then what I have to do? Again I have to do the traversal. So do, okay, do from where to where? Uh, from the point head to head, isn't it? From the point head to head, because we will traverse all the nodes and again will come back to the head node itself. So that is the reason why we are taking do while. So how we do? So if at all, okay, if at all your yeah, we have to take a temporary pointer here. Okay, we have to take a temporary pointer. So that temporary pointer here I will, yeah, before, after checking the what we call CSLL emptiness, I will take. So take note star temp equals to, make it as head. Okay, note star temp equals to head. So now, okay, temp of data equals to key. Okay, if at all this thing is true, then what we have to do? If at all this thing is true, return true to indicate that the key is found. Okay, return true. Okay, if at all this thing is false, so then what we have to do? Return false. Else, okay, return false. That's it. Only this thing, this piece of code you have to write. And yeah, I mean, if at all this thing is false, we should not return false. We have to I mean, we have to check all the nodes, isn't it? Not only that node, we have to check all the nodes. So after this, what we have to do, out of this if condition, what I have to put? I have to put temp equals to temp of next. Temp equals to temp of next, because I have to visit all the nodes. So when I reach the head again, so if temp is not equals to head till that point, if temp becomes head, then this loop will break. So if the loop is breaking and you are coming out of the loop, that means you didn't find the key inside the CSLL, inside the circular singly linked list. So return false. Return false out of that loop. So only this much of code you have to write inside the search function. See how simple it is. Okay, how simple it is. So now, yeah, we after adding all the keys, after printing all the keys, now what I am doing, I will check if at all my search function, when I am searching what, when I am searching for 20, let us say when I am searching for 20, if it is true, yeah, here I have to write that if else logic. If it is true, see out, okay, the value, whatever value you are taking over there, that is 20 is present in CSLL, like this. Otherwise, what we have to do, in the else case, whatever value we have taken, whatever key value we have taken, our key value is 20 now. So 20 is not present in CSLL. Okay, 20 is not present, or 20 is not found. 20 is found, not found, like that you can write. Found here, not found in CSLL. So simply save this code and execute, compile. I guess yes, here as I told you, because the return type is boolean, it is returning false. Okay, now we will see. Now we will see. Compile, execute. Okay, then run. Now you see 20 is found. Yeah, that backslash n it is better to take here. Here you better take backslash n here, another backslash n here, so as to get the output properly. So compile, compilation successful, and run. Yeah, you can see this is my circular singly linked list with 10, 20, 30, and when I searched for 20, I found the 20 inside the circular singly linked list because I have 20 over here. So let us say something, let us search for something which is not there inside the circular singly linked list. So let us say 75 I am searching, and this 75. So instead of going like this, what I do is I will make int key and whatever value you want. So that's 75 I am searching now. So wherever I kept 75, I have to put that key. So Control C, Control V, okay, and here also, yeah, backslash n, that key is not found, like that we need na. So this you close here itself and take like this, print that key value and take like this, is not found, like this. Here you take space. So like this you have to print. See, by practice only you will get all these things. I mean, I'm just I mean, running an imagination in my mind. If I do like this, how my output will get formatted. So keeping the output in my mind, I am formatting this cout statement over here. So here what I have to not found, because it is else part, I have to write not found. So I will write that same thing 20, and you see how. So I saved, compiled, any mistake, no mistake, and we'll see the output how it will come. See, 20 is found in CSLL. Same thing I'm getting. So if I put, so now I don't need to go and modify 70. I mean this when I'm changing this value to 75. Okay, now I don't need to go and modify that 75 everywhere. Simply I have generalized my code. So now here only if you change, everything will change accordingly. So save it, and you see, compile, compilation successful, hopefully, and I think we'll get one error. no error. So 75 is not found in CSLL. So we got not found message as well. So this is how we perform the search operation on circular singly linked list. Okay, believe me, it is very easy if you do the practice. So rest we'll do in our next class, hopefully. So this code I have explained, and searching also, after how many elements we'll find the value, or after, I mean, after searching all the nodes also, if you don't find the value, because the number of nodes we don't know here. The number of nodes in the circular singly linked list we don't know when we are calling this search function. So that is the reason why again the time complexity over here is order of n, because when the element is not there in your circular singly linked list, let us assume if the key is not there in your circular singly linked list, in that case we have to visit all the nodes present inside your circular singly linked list. So that is the reason why the number of nodes it is unknown, and your time complexity function will become order of n. Remember this one. So rest of the things we will see in our next class, hopefully. Okay, do complete the assignments whatever I am giving with the attendance list. Okay, because many of them they are simply keeping um, the options, because it is multiple choice, they are simply keeping A B C D. Don't do like that. I mean, go through the video, get the concept from the video, and try to attempt that assignment. Okay, whatever I am giving with the attendance link, try to complete the assignment with full clarity. And I told you 5 marks for the assignments we are tallying from the assignment what you are submitting, and another 5 marks they are planning to retrieve. I mean, they are planning to get that 5 marks from this type of continuous evaluation only. Okay, remember that we are going to have the continuous evaluation where I am throwing the questions with the help of that Google form, and as part of attendance I am letting you to solve that assignment, solve it properly and score good, because they are also going to give the contribution in your internal marks. Remember this one. Okay, thank you very much, students.